4 years in a row, you guys have made it past the first round in the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in every one of those. How hard is it to get past that first round? I know sitting has something to do with it, but in 3 of those 4 games, you guys have been pushed.
Yeah. First game, obviously, nerves come into play. We've obviously been a higher seed in each of the 4 games, so obviously that pressure comes in those games. Obviously, the other team is pretty good, especially last night. UNC Wilmington was a really good team. But, yeah, it's always those first game jitters of a big tournament like this. We got those out the way now, so.
Third row. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. A question for any of the players. What makes your team so effective defensively in terms of your system and how you guys play?
Marial, let's start with you.
We work on it all year round. We continuously, every practice, try to work on little things to get better defensively in each aspect. So it just shows out when we play, and that's our identity. So when we're right, it's very effective.
Jack, your thoughts on the defense?
Yeah, no, like Marial said, we do it every day at practice. Oh, my bad. Not used to this. Do it every day at practice, go over it on film, so it's just what we do.
London, anything to add?
That's it.
Okay. We have one on our right in the third row.
Kurt Burmester from TSN Cannon. Marial, just a question for you. You had a career high in points yesterday. How do you spin that into some more success in the tournament tomorrow?
Just trying to stay aggressive, also play within the team, and really not to get too high or obviously not too low, but just try to come out confident and just be aggressive and do what I can to provide on both ends.
Second row. Go ahead.
Rachel Axon from USA Today. London, you guys switched to 5 guards last night when you had Isaiah out. How much do you expect to rely on that, and how might your game plan change just with this matchup?
Yeah, I don't think we'll see it tomorrow, just because of their size and their length. So yeah, it was definitely needed for this past game, but I don't know how much we'll see until we play another team that creates problems like that. But obviously Florida is a lot bigger of a team, and they play with some post players. So
We have one in the front row.
Lennon, one more time. You've been up here 4 years in a row. Do you tell the young guys, what do you tell the young guys about just the experience off the court? You mentioned the first game jitters, but having to do stuff like this, I mean, telling Jack to scoot up to the microphone so he can talk, things like that. How much do you talk to these guys off the court about what to expect every time they go?
I don't really say much unless they ask, because then I kind of want them to just learn on their own. Everybody has their own ways. I mean, some people may not come up here. Some people would just be doing the media locker room stuff, and just kind of learn on their own. I mean, that's how I did it. Obviously, just looked at the older guys and tried to learn from them. So I just want to let them do it. If they have any questions, they can come to me. I'm always open for anything. So yeah, I just let them do it on their own.
Second row on our left.
London, Joe Harris and Malcolm used to talk about turning Virginia's program around and reestablishing it as a major player again, and they passed the torch to you. Can you talk about what it's meant to you to kind of be the guy that's carried that on?
Yeah, obviously, I want the program to be successful. We had the stepping stones when I first got here, and the year before I got here, and then that in my first year, obviously, is when we started to take off. So obviously, with me being a lone senior, I'm trying to keep it going. And then next year with Marial and all of them, they're going to want to keep it going as well. So I think with this program, it's always somebody that's going to be able to step into that role, and or a couple people to step into that role to keep the program going. And I like where the program is heading for sure.
Back row on the aisle.
Yeah, for London and Marial, Florida gets a lot of notice for its team speed. What have you guys seen from Casey Hill and Chris Chioza, and what kind of matchup problem does that pose for you guys?
Marial, can you start with that?
We just got to make a conscious effort of getting back in transition and just relying on our pack and what we do, just staying true to what we've learned all season and what we've been taught by our coaches. And that kind of works out against any type of offense that we really play. So just trying to play the pack and help each other out.
London?
Yeah, obviously with UNC Wilmington, they ran. Obviously, Florida may be a little bit faster and may not shoot the ball as quick as UNC Wilmington. So last night's game will definitely help us with that, but we got to make sure we get back because of the guards are so fast and get into the paint. But yeah, it's going to be all five. It's going to be a 5-man effort for sure.
Third row on our left.
Yeah, question for Marial. I know you've started games this year, but like yesterday, do you thrive in that 6-man role, or at least coming off the bench as an energy guy, a guy who is capable of doing what you did yesterday?
Yeah, just try to do what I can to provide a spark if we need it, and obviously I know I can score. So if I had it going, I just try to be aggressive and stay as confident as possible, and just do what I can, whatever it is, whether scoring or trying to lock down somebody. Just trying to do what I can to provide on both ends.
Center aisle.
Two questions for Jack. What's challenging or difficult to handle with Florida's size? It seems like athleticism is a big component there. And for London, you guys are so much known for your defense, but your offense, I think, really showed some things last night. What did you guys take away offensively from that first-round game?
Jack.
They're a big team. Need to keep them off the glass. They crash hard, so we've got to do a good job on that. And just getting back in transition so they don't get anything easy because they are long and they push the ball fast. So it's going to be a good challenge.
In London.
Offensively, throughout the season, we've been a little streaky. I think it goes with our experience. We have some old guys and some young guys that are really playing right now and throughout this whole season, and experience is a huge thing with that. And obviously, last night we struggled at the beginning of the game and then kind of got it going. But it's all about confidence right now, and I think our confidence is pretty high, and we just want to keep it going for tomorrow.
The back row on our left.
For all three guys, your program is predicated on defense. With that being said, do you take more pride in making somebody else take a ridiculous shot, or when you actually make one offensively? Which one stands out most to you?
Defense, obviously, for us. Especially when we were playing at home during the regular season, that when we get a shot clock violation, like our whole city knows that that's what we pride ourselves in, and JBJ just goes wild. So I think when we can lock somebody down and make them take a crazy shot, it gets our energy going, it gets our spirits going, and I think that's when we're playing our best ball for sure.
Jack, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, for sure defense. Just going to stop, making them take a tough shot.
Marial.
Yeah, like they said, just trying to feed off our defense and just keep that going, really, and try to get as much stops as possible.
Okay, third row on our right.
Another question for Marial. You heard London talking before about being a senior and kind of carrying the torch and the success of the program, and he mentioned you as a guy who could possibly take that torch as well next. Is there certain things you've learned from London as a senior about that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's things I learned from London and obviously the guys before them, Malcolm, AG, and Justin, and all those guys. It's just trying to stay within the team and keep each other confident because we're all needed. That's probably the biggest thing I've gotten from these guys. So when I'm a senior, I'm just going to try to keep everyone as confident as possible and make sure they're staying positive and ready to go when we need them.
Are there any other questions? Second row on the aisle.
Yeah, Lennon, you've been through this before. That the transition from the first game to the second game in the tournament with the one-day turnaround, and like you guys played 5 guards last night, but different team, you have to kind of bring out whatever. Can you just talk about what that's like for you?
Yeah, we actually had a stretch after our 4-game losing streak where we played NC State and then North Carolina on a Monday, NC State on a Saturday, and after that game, Coach Bennett kind of talked to us about us. If we can get into the tournament and we win our first game, obviously we're going to play another game in a day or two. So we're going to take this and we're going to have a learning experience from it. And so we had the same type of practice we did today after the NC State game. So we're just trying to do the same thing. And obviously we came out and had a good game against North Carolina. So we're just trying to do the same things to help us for tomorrow.
We'll stay on the center aisle.
London, I don't expect you to give away the game plan here, but you said 5 guards is not really an option. We'll see with Isaiah out. So what do you expect might be different without him tomorrow?
We're gonna use everybody for sure. Like Mario said, we're having confidence in everybody on our team is huge because you never know when you're gonna get called on. Like Jared didn't play at all yesterday, and he's probably gonna play a lot tomorrow. So just being ready when you're called on is going to be huge for us tomorrow. And Momady's going to play a lot. Jack's going to play more. So I mean, we're going to need bigs because they're pretty big. So other than that, something different. But we're used to it. We've played with bigs all year. That 5 guards was something that we've never done before. So I think we'll probably go back to our traditional ball, maybe do some 4 guards. But other than that, I think that's all I could tell you.